Come on. How do you summon a cow? Whoa! Nearly fell in dike. I'm only a day into this and I'm bored already. It's there! It's chuffing there! Tell you what, right? This stuff here is an absolute pain in the ring piece. You order a bus, they all turn up at once, finish well with back foot, innit? Bittersweet this morning, bittersweet. So, it's obviously little un's birthday this morning. He's 3. Do you know what I mean? And obviously I've had to leave to go to work, which isn't nice. Do you know what I mean? It's not nice. You work so hard for the family and you've got to leave them to go do it, and it's just tough, man. Hurts the heart. But we've got a busy week. We've got Grabs cancelling, Grabs then recontacting me saying they can do it, booking other Grabs in. They can't. They've then cancelled, so I booked someone else in, and then other unoriginals come back. So obviously being away on family holiday, enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Just spending time with kids and wife. Opened my eyes to just how much young boys have come on, and just how much Liv actually does at home. And then coming home, it's just bittersweet. I love it. I love spending time with them. But the trouble that I've got is that I'm doing all this to build a life for them, and all I want to do is spend time with them. It makes you think, should I just sell everything up and go work at Iceland? Because I'd have an easy life. I'd have an easy life. But that's not long-term plan, is it? But we've got a busy week. We've got Grabs cancelling, Grabs then recontacting me saying they can do it, booking other Grabs in. They can't. They've then cancelled, so I booked someone else in, and then other unoriginals come back. The Grab trucks has been an issue from the get-go. What's really frustrating about the Grab trucks is that this site's been in planning for that long that I've booked these Grab trucks in well in advance. I've changed the dates a few times, but even still, the date that was set, there should have been wagons galore, and the one we got pushed back. Now, with the delay on the wagons, it pushed back 2-3 days. Now, obviously, that doesn't sound like a lot, but to fall behind 2 or 3 days from the get-go is not a good start, and I've got to pull that back somewhere. So it's like working towards getting a concrete poured. That's then got to get pushed back, which means the bricklayers have got to get pushed back. The saving grace, or silver lining, is that the timber frame is being pushed back to 3rd of November, which is frustrating. But it all boils down to the Grab trucks, and what people that don't do construction don't understand is that even the smallest little delay can have a massive impact on a programme, especially one that's over a certain duration, like a longer duration of time. This is plot 1. Corner at brickwork there. Corner at back there. So I'm effectively stood in the kitchen right now. I'm stood in the kitchen. Got that to deal with this morning as well. That happened on Friday. Lovely stuff. Wagons coming. They can't turn up for saying, oh, we're going to be a couple of hours, so I'm going to have to limp over to the pile. Now, from a health and safety point of view, I really shouldn't be moving that machine until it's sorted, but from a productive, get your arse into gear, get this site cleared so that you can get your foundations cast, so that you can get up to DPC, so that you can get your drawdown done point of view, I need to limp over to the pile. So this is the belter. This is the one that you want, this house here, look. So I dug this house out using my good eye. I mean, I measured to the front and then I set off on front there, but as you can see, I wasn't that bloody far off at all. That little corner that needs nipping out, and we're good to go. Height wise, 100 mil off. which ain't bad at all. Need to just build it up 100 mil, but ground conditions were shit. Ground conditions were really shit. So it needed to come down anyway, but lot 2. So this is Monday. Now, question for Monday crew is 550 more to brick from there, which is like that point there. So I need to speak with neighbours and ask them if they want a new fence, because I'd like to pull that out. I mean, it's brambles and shite anyway, and there was a conversation early on about potentially taking it out. So we'll see. I'm going to jump on machine and I'm going to limp over and start tidying up. Monday were a lonely day. It were a lonely day all round, because I'm pretty much on my own clearing site. We had a couple of grabs away. Which, you know, if you can pull some good news out of there, it were that the green waste were off site, which meant I could make more room to put more piles there. But generally Monday were just a shit day, and it would have been a lot better if I'd have had a brew, but I didn't. You order a bus, they all turn up at once. Not when you ask them to turn up, just turn up. But every cloud has a silver lining, and this one is called progress. So, plug yourself in, grab a brew, and enjoy. Chaos, unorganised chaos. I bought these wagons in last week, and I says to her, send them on return. No, I'll just send one. This were 4 wagons I booked in. Just get 2 on return. So she only put 1 in anyway. And then I booked another 8 in. She says, yeah, they'll come Wednesday. It's Tuesday today. She didn't tell me they were coming. And 3's just arrived. Digger's going to run out of fuel. They didn't tell me when they're coming back. Communication is key. Obviously, digging situation, it's hard to quantify when you start a site what you're actually going to dig out. Now, you've got your ground reports and your desktops and all that kind of stuff to figure out what it is. And I've worked in the area a lot, so I know what the ground's like. And before we started the site, the neighbour kindly dug a trench in the front of his house. Not for us, for himself, but I went and had a look at it, and I knew, you know, the ground conditions were confirmed what I thought it were going to be. Planned in to have 16 grab loads with 3 contingency, and end up being 22. And I think there's still a couple more loads to come out. But there's a neighbour out corner that's got an hole to fill in, so better use it. Silver lining, save some dough, but there's still a wagon to come and pick it up. So if she wants the soil, she should pay for the grab to get it there, I think. On there. Right, so I'm starting my morning with a coffee, and it's now Monopoly, so let's determine just how great this day is going to be. It's raining, I haven't won out, but there is a silver lining. Got a coffee. Prep the taste buds. Let's do this. Turn engine on first, eh? Wait. Let's do this. What a beautiful sight. The horses, I mean. Do you know what my dream is? Right. It's funny to say out loud, but I always dreamt from a very young age to have a small holding or a farm, lots of land, a couple of horses, and then on a weekend go horse riding with my daughter. Now, I don't have a farm, I don't have any horses, and I don't have a daughter. I've got 2 sons though, so sounds to me like it's going to be tearing across fields on quads and motorbikes, with wife ringing me saying, did he put his helmet on? What time are you going to be back? Or she might be behind us. She could be behind us on a quad. You know what I mean? A little P-50 or something like that for her. Oh, but yeah, that's my dream.
I'm doing my best for you. I've tried to write off some other costs just on the off chance that we can't, but I genuinely, mate, I'm doing my absolute best.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your efforts, mate. I really do. Just keep me posted then, mate. I'll put tape on ground and see what space is actually available, regardless of the measurement. And then once your email comes through, I'll know more on that. Send me an email through with just a quick overview of this conversation. Obviously, I know that it's a supply-only roof, and then we'll just take it from there, mate.
Nice. All right.
Brilliant stuff.
Thanks for your time, Phil.
All right, mate. Take care. Speak soon.
Bye then.
Bye for now. So, I've just had a phone call from my man, Nathan. He's the timber guy, technical guy. He's the timber frame technical guy. That's what he is. And he's a good guy. He gave me bad news yesterday, though, so he's not in my good books. But to redeem himself, he's just phoned and said, hey, up, Phil, the so-and-so membrane, he used the technical word, I can't remember, but I'll find out. We're going to chuck it in free of charge for the air tightness. So that's good news. So I'm going to jump on a Zoom call with the geezer right now because there's a detail that he wants to confirm with me. Fresh. Bloody fresh as one of Jimmy's weekly visitors, that ain't it? Straight up. Left me at it bloody office this morning. So, what I need to find out is landing. Is there enough space to build a roof? Yeah, that's, you know what that is there? That there. That's bad news. That's bad news. It's right frustrating that, because I wanted to buy that field and he wouldn't let me have it because there's like a shit tank under it or something. That would have been nice because obviously I'd have had loads of space then. Back to the drawing board then. Stay tuned for this conundrum. Yeah, lay down space for the roof. So when I first set off with the timber frame, it was my understanding that the roof would get constructed within the timber frame. But obviously after conversations with Nathan and stuff like that, he's brought to my attention that the roof is constructed on lay down and then craned onto the building. That then avoids working at height situation, health and safety and all that jazz. So we looked at maybe building one plot and then building another, but then there's more cost in terms of a second week foot crane and so on. And the only option really is to lay it down on site, if not on field at behind. This is supposed to be temp office, and I've got nonsense from 3 jobs here at the moment. So I'm too bloody busy to go to unit and empty it. How is it you can wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and still not have enough time in your day? So, down there. Farting will never be, not funny. Tell you what, right, this stuff here is an absolute pain in the ring piece. Sorry, will you? Make yourself useful in other areas and just hold off for me a second, thank you very much. Use your muscles.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold the camera here as well, you know, mate.
Right, cut that, that'll make it easier, won't it? Sure I'm cutting it right, please. No, I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut that there. Oh, plenty of slack. Slack. Up that. There. There we go. So, what you normally do, or what's normally good to do, is get some things, some screws, so you can zip tie around that and then screw onto the pin where you're going to pin. Look at it. Now you've obviously dug to the boundary. Drive it on home, son. That wooden stake there sets your marker height for your Northern Power tile tape. Bit of a mouthful, that. Now I'm going to backfill with that because that is sand. That's sand that's come out. Oh, so I've saved some money there. Sand, tile tape. That's the price. Oh, that's firm, that. It's getting firmer. Right, this here is your Northern Power tile tape. And what that says is, stop digging here, you stupid. That's what that says. Bish bash bosh, there you go. The stupid barrier is in and the roll is left there for a Northern Power for tomorrow. I left the scent box too late. Well, later than what I should have done. I should have built that, but I was rushing around trying to get the ground cleared to catch up on my 2 days. And it came to 4 or 5 o'clock and then looked over and there were no tent box and the bloody Northern Power will come in the day after and it needed building. So I had to rush around frantically try to build it to get it done. It's mad because this is how I used to knock gear up back in the day by hand. Like I'm talking about like back in the day. No, I was building a house and mixing gear by hand. Some poor soul just in corner at side just chain gangs. You know what I mean? There you go. Now all I've got to do is join it up and put a door on it. And there you go. Temporary electric box. Now that cost me £52. People watching this will probably say to me, why are you on your own? Where's your team? And I do have a team. They're on with other stuff. And I can't afford to have them on this project at the start because obviously we've developed a finance. You work to a drawdown point. The surveyor comes out, he surveys the site, says sound, there's some more money, which is a bit of news to me. Do you know what I mean? When I thought it was just going to be a case of get the door, build the house. No, you've got to put money in the ground, is how they'd explain it. So the team is coming once the slab's in, which is what I've got to do. And I'm saving a fortune by doing it myself. Thursday was supposed to be a great day because we were supposed to have Northern Power. Northern Power was supposed to land today. They're still not here. It's 12 o'clock. And all I can really think about is the fact that I may not get a brew tomorrow. It were a whole stressful experience because when we first initially set sail on site, I booked them in on, I think it was 10th or something like that. We were due to start the site on 7th of August. I don't think, when did we start site? It wasn't until, yeah, early September, wasn't it? We're at 15th. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. And with the situation with Northern Power is, as soon as you raise a job with them, they've got allocated 120 days to get that job done and dusted. And because the start date had moved, it meant that the work wasn't going to get started. And then now I've actually got a rush on to get the houses built and get them back to put the electric on both plots. So the whole thing with Northern Power has been just completely stressful, but waiting for them and then to find out that they might not be doing it and we wouldn't have been out of the brew, I'd have packed up and gone home. But the show must go on. I've cleared some more site. All the waste is gone. I'm going to start moving the mesh and then I'm going to start doing a bit more levelling, and it's time to start putting in the pop-ups. Don't see them about anymore, do you? Eh? Look at that, eh? Gone at days you can do this. Anyway, pop-ups, let's go. Oh, this is what happens when you forget your chains. Improvisation. I would like to add at this point that I do not recommend lifting this weight with these straps, but seeing as I am the only person on site and I'm only doing a small lift, then I feel that that is fair. That's right annoying, that. It's right annoying that when it stops. Still no Northern Power. Mouth's dry, that I mean. I'm sat looking at that brew on top of that lecky box thinking, is it going to happen tomorrow or is it not? To think, well, I'm laid bang smack where gable end's gonna go, you know what I mean? This is the thickening. Sounds like a thriller horror movie, that, doesn't it? A thickening. Right. where a girl starts off right slim and she gets morbidly obese eating people. Do you see what I see? Northern Power have arrived. I can taste it on the tip of my tongue. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Oh, I best get busy. It's a brew's everything, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's more than just a brew. You know what I mean? It's time to stop and think. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, appreciation. A good brew will get you far. Do you know what I mean? It's Friday. Have I got it in me? Have I got it in me? That'll be finished well with a backflip, won't it? Not a right enjoyable start to my morning. Obviously, I should have put the door on yesterday, but I were rushing around trying to get other stuff done. Obviously, lads have arrived this morning to put the power in, which means the brew's coming. But I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, don't come with a plug socket, which means no brew. So I've bust my balls, only to find out that it's going to be a bit longer before I can have a brew. We're winning. So today, what a good day. Right up until the fact that I realised there's no plug socket. There's no plug socket there. Thought it came with just one plug.
What's that mean?
Means no brew. I don't think there's no amount of words that can actually explain how gutted I were on that day. Like, it absolutely ruined my day because I were looking forward to it. Like, I'd built up the tension. My taste buds were on fire. Like, they were popping off. Oh, we're gonna get a brew. To find out how I'm gonna get one. Right, upset me that. Rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. Rolling on a river. Another week done on the pavilions. Been a tough week. But we're getting there. We are getting there. And next week's going to be exciting because there's some extra bodies on site, some new faces. And, bear with me. Come on. We'll get this. We'll get it. We'll get it. Push that side for me. There we go. There's some new faces. And we're going to pour concrete as well. 83 cube in one go. But I've got a lot to do. Got a lot to do before I can pour that concrete. I've got to get drainage in on that side. I've got to get blinding in. Formwork, membrane, mesh. All before Friday morning. Be right. See you next time.